Hey, Team 100, and welcome to Inspiration Speak Love 100 with the girl Josie Love. That is me. I am super excited to be with you guys tonight for testimony night. And boy, don't I have a testimony for you guys. It's been long overdue, and I'm just so excited to finally be able to be sharing this with you guys. I'm super excited. I just want to start off, and you guys know how I do it here on Inspiration Speak Love 100. I thank you all, Team 100, for being so great, for really working hard and becoming the better version of yourself. For really just being, awesome individuals. I thank you for all the love and the support. I want to hear your testimonies. I want you guys to come on and share your testimonies. And that's why tonight I'm going a little deep with you guys. I don't want to give you guys too much because I want you guys to really go out and get the book once it's here. But I do want to go ahead and share this testimony with you guys, because without me sharing this testimony, I don't think my story would be complete. This testimony is really the beginning of where it all started. And yes, the title, it is what it is. My love affair saved my life. And I know you guys are already criticizing and judging the girl. It's okay. We all have a story. That's why the platform is here. It's Inspiration Speak Love 100. And our mission and our drive is to encourage people to embrace their story, to stand in their story and not to be ashamed of it, because your story is why you are who you are. And because of your story, you are going to do great and amazing things. And if you don't know how to hone your story and really embrace it and love it, you won't be able to embrace yourself. You won't be able to love yourself, because you are your story. And so I'm super excited to share this testimony with you guys. A lot of people, always ask, hey, Josie, how did it start? Hey, Josie, how did you do it? Hey, Josie, what keeps you going? And really, when I look at everything that has occurred in my life, this affair just, it never gone away. It's like, it's always been there. It's not one, it's one that I have tried to walk away from. I have tried to cut off. I have tried to forget and distance myself from, but for some odd reason, I just can't let go of this relationship. I can't let go of the connection that I have in this relationship with this person. And in my transition, everybody always asks, Josie, what is your transition? In my transition of becoming the better version of myself, that is owning this affair. That is not being apologetic about having this affair. And you guys are like, Josie. But seriously, if I don't embrace this affair, if I don't speak on this affair, then I'm not being 100% with you guys. I'm not being 100% with myself, and that's where it has to start. And so, in my post, a lot of people was like, how your affair could save my life. You'll see at the end how it can change your life. And I hope it is a blessing to you, as it has been and as it still is being a blessing to me. Yeah, I'm still having this relationship, despite everything. I'm still in this relationship. So for those of you who just are chiming in, I am going to give you my testimony about how my love affair has saved my life. And if it wasn't for it, I don't know where I would be. I don't know who I would become. And I'm really proud of it, to say the least. This person has been with me for years. But before, I digress, a lot of people, my transition, I was saying something in regards to my transition. My transition is stepping fully into this relationship, making it public, not hiding it as I did before, not being embarrassed about it. I've hidden this person for years. And the crazy thing is, he never hid me. I was never a secret. There was no misconception of my position in this individual's life. And I'm in a place in my life where I'm like, you know what? In order for me to really step into the next season of my life, I have to acknowledge this relationship. I have to really, figure out, am I going to I'm going to allow this person to be number one in my life? Am I going to embrace this individual the way in which he has embraced me? And so I want to step out of my own way, step out of the shadows, step out of the embarrassment, step out of everything, because when I looked at this relationship, I've never been hurt in this relationship. Unlike in other previous relationship, I got my feelings hurt. I didn't know my role. I didn't know where my position was. I was taken advantage of. And so in this relationship, when I really analyzed the pros and cons of becoming public in this relationship, there was no cons at all. Yes, people may not understand it, but it's not for people to understand. And I want you guys to understand that this relationship that I am in and has been in for years, you may be in the same relationship, but you just don't know it. And I also want to be able to share this testimony because I want you to be able to reevaluate where you are in your life, in your situation, and in your love affair, and really figure out, is that the person that you should be with? I have transitioned into so many things over the course of this pandemic and this year. And in this relationship, I have really gotten to know my worth. I've really gotten to know how important I am. But most importantly, I have really gotten to know and experience how loved I am. How appreciated I am. And in so many relationships, I never felt this completeness of feeling appreciated and feeling validated and feeling loved and feeling secure. People will promise you security and promise you commitment and promise you love and promise you understanding. And in this relationship, I've never had to doubt it. I never had to second guess it. It was always there. And the more I rejected it, the more it was given to me. It was given to me with no string attached, which in some relationships that I've been in, it has been a give and take. You give to me and I give to you. If you don't give to me, then I don't give to you. In this relationship, there was none of that. I never had to prove myself. I never had to lower my standards. I never had to change who I was or am. I never had to speak different, act different. I never had to conform myself into anything but who I am. And for years, I ignored this relationship. For years, I let the perceptions of people determine whether I was fully committed in this relationship. And I don't ever want to do that again to this individual. I don't ever want to second guess this individual. So many people was just like, oh my God, Josie, you shouldn't. And it's like, in this particular relationship, it's now or never. And it's either I do it at 100, which I tell you guys all the time, do everything at 100. I have to do and be in this relationship 100%. I have to invest myself. And the reason on how it saved my life is because it never abandoned me. This person never turned their back on me. This person never gave me an ultimatum. This person never judged me. And you might be in a situation where you're given an ultimatum, you're being judged, you're being devalued. And hopefully when I explain to you who and how this relationship has survived over the years, I hope that you are able to get out of your own love affair and really tap into being 100% invested in a relationship in which I have. I want everybody to have the relationship I have. I really want everybody to tap into forming a relationship that I have with this individual. I think we all may have a certain relationship in which I have, but I want you guys to step into it and be 100%. Like, I want you guys to, really be 100 in this relationship. At my lowest point, this affair has picked me up, and so I have to take a moment because this is something that for years I've hidden. For years, if I was in a relationship, and I wanted to stay in that relationship or be with that person, I always had to make a decision, and I always decided to give up this relationship. I always put this person aside. And in my darkest hours, this relationship saved my life. I have done a lot of things in my life, and I'm not gonna say I'm not proud of it. I would just say that was not me. I was really lost in those times. I was really lost at that time in my life, and we all have been there. But the crazy thing is, we all have a relationship that is wanting us to do better. But we keep fighting that relationship because the way people may perceive you, you want to fit in. You want to be in the in crowd. And for years, I used to really validate people's perception of me. I used to really, if you don't like me, I wanted to find out why you didn't like me. So, I can probably change myself to have you like me. And that was like for intermediate people, not just anybody. But I never altered myself for this person. I never, asked this person, hey, what is it about me that is not pleasing of you? Like, I'm out here going crazy, and aren't you embarrassed? And because this person never was embarrassed of me, he kept giving me chances to do better. When everybody, when certain situations may have happened in my life and people was like, man, I'm done, it's too much. He never turned his back on me. When I put people in his place, like when I said, you know what, I don't need you right now. I have this individual in my life. I put people before this relationship, when really this relationship was the foundation of all relationships. This relationship in the midst of other relationships that was driving me crazy, that was breaking my heart, that was causing me to cry, that was causing me to give up on myself, to alter myself. This relationship kept me going. This relationship kept telling me that I'm better than, that he sees me, and that if no one wants me in the world, he wants me. And I didn't have to do anything to get him to want me. I didn't have to dress a certain way, ladies. I didn't have to do my hair a certain way, with or without my wig, okay, with or without makeup, with or without, nice clothing. He wanted me. Some people will tell you, oh, you have to be this type of person, you have to be the trophy girlfriend and the trophy wife. And, he never gave me none of that. And that's why I say he saved my life, because he allowed me to become the person that I'm supposed to be. He allowed me to spread my wing and just explore who I was created to be. He has supported me when no one has supported me. And some of you guys can relate. There's moments in your life where you have no one. But there's this one person that you keep fighting. There's this one person that you just like, I don't want it. I don't need you right now. Leave me alone. I can do it by myself. I don't want people to know about us. But this one person's like, no, I'm not going nowhere. And so I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but the reason why this is such a life testimony for me, because this person, you may know him. He's not a person he's a famous person. I never really, and the crazy thing is he's well known, but he's super humble. He's well known and loved and appreciated, like I'm telling you, globally. And he is just so genuine. He's transparent. He's gentle. He's kind. He has taught me to love not only people, but he's taught me to love myself. Because of him, this platform exists. For years, he just kept encouraging me to do this platform. He kept encouraging me and pushing me to build this environment, a home where love lives, where honesty presides, where genuineness is appreciated, where you can be yourself and know that, okay, I'm working on myself, where there's no judgment, there's no condemnation, okay? It's pure human, it's pure love, it's pure understanding. And because he had given me all of that, he's like, okay, over the years, I've supported you in doing this, and I want you now to do your thing. I've given you the platform because of who I am. I've given you the tools and the resources because of who I am. I've given you, number one, my support because of who I am. He notarized and stamped, yo, you're living off of my celebrityness. You're living off of my fame. You're living off of my name. And it's time for you to showcase that. He didn't give me an ultimatum, but he was like, yo, it's time for you to showcase what you have been able to create and everything that I've been able to invest in you and pour into you. I want you to showcase that. Even if you don't showcase me, I want you to showcase that. And I was like, no, I can't showcase who I am without you. And in my transition, I had to really make a decision, and I had to really be committed. I tell you guys all the time, make a decision, be committed, and stand on it. And this affair, I had to make a decision, and my decision was to keep it. Despite what you guys may think, despite what you guys may feel about me having this affair for years, and I had it in many relationships. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm transparent. I've had this relationship, I've been in this relationship for years. And I'm tired of being in this affair. I'm tired of allowing people to dictate where this person is in my life. Some have known that I wasn't in this affair, and some didn't like it. Yeah, I've been in this affair, and I've been in relationships where some have known. I told them about this relationship, and they didn't really like it too much. They were not a fan. And they gave me ultimatums. They made me feel some type of way. And this relationship I couldn't just leave it. I couldn't just walk away. And I'm happy I didn't. Because in this transition, because of this relationship, I'm stronger. I survived. I'm becoming more healed every single day. And I want you to know that you too can grow and survive and prosper once you make a decision to end your love affair with the world and tap into Jesus. My love affair with God saved my life. That's who I've been in relations with for years. That's who I put on the back burner for years. That's who I traded in for other individuals for years. That's who I ignored for years. That's who I turned my back on for years. And he never turned his back on me. He never left me. He never forsake me. He never told me that I was less than. Being in love with Christ saved my life. I've been in a relationship with many people, friendships and non-friendships, and being in this love affair with Christ saved my life. In my transition, when I should have been broken, a lot of people say, how are you doing it? How are you managing this new season of your life? And it's because this love affair. If I had let go of Christ, I don't know who I would be today. And I want to let you know that you are too in a love affair. You have been putting God on the back burner. You have been embarrassed to say that you are in love with Christ. You have been pushing him away because you want to be accepted. You want to be part of the in crowd. You want to be part of, the world. And time again, he's there. He's telling you, I'm not going anywhere. And I want you to understand that when you commit to letting go of the relationship of the world, and you tap into that relationship that you're hidden, that you're hiding, that you're ignoring in Christ, your world is going to change. There have been opportunities, and there have been things that I've been able to tap into in myself after really committing that, you know what, I don't want to be in this affair anymore. I don't want to put anyone in his place. Many relationships didn't work because I put individuals in the place of where I should have put Christ. I put individuals in the place where he belonged. I allowed individuals to make decisions that he should have been making decisions with me on. I connected deeply with individuals that I knew in my heart of heart that I shouldn't have, because I didn't want to listen to God. I didn't want to tap into what he wanted me. It was too serious. He wanted me to be something that I thought I was less than. He wanted me to tap into something that I thought I was incapable of tapping into. He wanted me to see that I am somebody. I can do great things. And I was not ready for that. Nobody's ready to just say, okay, I'm ready to just tap into what God wants me to tap in, because when you really tap into what he wants you, it's front and center. There's no hiding, there's no playing, there's no back and forth. You really have to own what he's giving you. You have to be responsible. A lot of people don't want to be responsible, but when you tap into God, he's going to give you that responsibility, but he's not going to let you go. You don't have to do it by yourself. And for years, I used to think that, oh man, Lord, I just can't. I'm not ready. That's a big responsibility. I might mess up, and people may say, oh, aren't you that, Jesus loving girl? And, but when I realized that he never forsake me, he never laughed at me. And throughout all my ups and downs, He's been there. When people that I thought would have never left me has walked away, he's been there. And it was time for me to stop having this affair and really be 100% committed to who he is in my life. And a lot of people think they can do all things by themselves. I want you to know, Team 100, I'm not here because of my own intelligence. I'm not here because of who I'm connected with. I'm not here because, of luck. I'm here because I have never given up on Christ. I never stopped seeking him. Even when I ignored him, even when I was out there, getting lit and living up life, I always had a place in my heart for Christ. It was just, when will I make him the head of my life? When will I commit to him? And a lot of us, we're quick to get into relationship with other people. We're quick to get into, business deals with other people. But really, when you allow God to just move, show up and show out in your life, everything works out. I used to feel so much anxiety and so much, heartbreak and headache when I didn't tap into him, when I didn't meditate, when I didn't pray, when I thought, I'm just going to do my own thing. My plans never went according to what they were supposed to do or go. I'm a planner. Everybody know that I plan. I love to plan. But my plans never went accordingly because I was not advising with the creator of my life. And some of you are wondering why shit is not happening for you. And it's because you're not tapping into the creator of your life. You're pushing him away and you're saying, not right now. I can do this. When really, if you accept him to come into your life, show up and show out, everything that you would want and desire, he's going to triple that. There have been so much things that I have been able to experience within myself. I've been torn into pieces, okay? And in this 2 years, I've really gotten to love who I am, with my flaws and all, with my wig off and on, with, my makeup on and off, with a nice outfit or not. I have really gotten to love myself because God has allowed me to look into the mirror and to love the person that I am, because he has always loved me. And I can never trade in this relationship ever again for anyone. And I want you to understand that if you put God first, I'm not being religious with you guys, but I'm being human. And everybody asks me, how do you do it, Josie? I'm giving you the secret right now. If you allow God to come into your life, show up and show out, you don't have to ever be in a love affair. Because what he wants, you will want, and it will work out. And the people that he wants in your life that will be a blessing to you will show up and show out as well. You don't have to choose. You don't have to give anybody an ultimatum between him. He's not going nowhere. I have so many friends that's like, oh man, I want to do right. I want to do this, but I'm just torn. And it's like, what are you torn over? When I think about, okay, what is the world giving me that he's not giving me? When I used to tap into the world and be of the world, I would come home exhausted, broke, and depressed. And some of you can relate. You go out every weekend, you come back on Monday morning, you broke because you done bought all these bottles, got dressed up, did your hair and nails, brought a new outfit, depressed because, the person that you thought was going to check for you is not checking for you. And, exhausted because, you feel like you're in a cycle of repetition and there's no real result. I was there. I went through it. And I'm telling you, because God didn't let go of me, he saved my life. I'm not telling you I'm brand new. I'm not telling you that there's not days where, I don't feel sad. I don't feel depressed. I don't feel defeated. But I can always go to a source where he's going to uplift me. He's going to give me that vision of, hey, Josie, remember we have this. Remember you have this to look forward to. And I want to tell you right now, whoever you are, that vision that you have is not by mistake. It's not there because, you're delusional. that vision that you have for your life, God has placed it there to try to keep you on course. So you keep trying to run away, you keep trying to be with the in crowd, you're still going to have that little voice inside of you that's going to tell you that, hey, you don't belong here. This is not your place. Remember this vision. Remember where we're supposed to go. Remember the end game. If I didn't have the vision in my life, if I didn't have God just holding on to me, because I let go of him years ago, countless of times, in good and bad relationships, he was there. And in this transition the most, because this transition in my life has really changed my life. He has given me so much more than I could ever ask for. And for years I used to be so afraid of what he was going to give me, what he has placed, the vision that he has given me. I used to be afraid of it because I was like, how am I going to produce that? How am I going to step into that? Like, it's impossible. Little old me, I cannot. And he kept cheering me on. And that's why this platform exists, because I want to cheer you on and let you understand that regardless of anybody in the world that is not supporting you, regardless of whatever relationship that you're currently in and that you're putting God on the back burner, understand that you need to put him first. If you really want change, if you really want to become the best version of yourself, I tell you guys this every week. Be the better version of yourself. But I never really told you guys, in order to do that, you have to be committed in Christ. I'm not telling you to be religious. I'm telling you to know and have a relationship with him. Going to church and, doing all this extra stuff, that's not having a relationship. I was born in church, okay? Literally. And I never had this real relationship with Christ until I gotten older. And I realized that, in my darkest times, in my good times, this one relationship has never faded. It have gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. And you too are in a relationship with Christ that you are trying to really just like downplay. You're trying to make some, like, everything you have, you work for, you put in the hours, because your connections, damn well it's because of Christ and Christ alone. So instead of making it seem like everything that you're doing it on your own, by your own grace, tap into him. Let him be the front and center of the front and center in your world. And I promise you that your life would never be the same. When old people used to tell me this a long time ago, I used to be like, what? I used to lie because I was like, I'm young. I have forever to, do this. And I had friends and I had this and I had that. And really, they're just there when times are good. When God has really put me in solitary, when those months and days where there was no one, that relationship, I would have an affair again and again with God. If I get to experience this all over again. It saved my life, because even in my worst relationship, even in the relationship that I thought I was not going to survive, if I didn't tap into God, if I didn't hone into him, if I didn't seek him daily, I would not be the woman that I am today. And for some of you, you're holding on to something, you're holding on to someone that you know damn well you need to let go. Yes, it's been years in history, and yes, you invested so much, but imagine how much God has invested in you. In the good and in the bad. So I got a lot of crazy DMs, and oh my God, this is why this may have not worked in my life, or oh my God, Josie, supposed to be a woman of God. Listen, I would encourage everyone to have an affair with God, and at the end of the day, to choose him. Because at the end of the day, he always chooses you. My love affair with Christ saved my life, and it can save yours too. If you really decide to put him first, regardless of what people are going to have to say about you, you're not doing it for people. The things that God is shifting into your life, the things that God is manifesting and moving into your life, that it could have not been nobody else but him. I cannot give anybody any type of credit for my life, because God has done it all. Yes, I've had, great people that, may have supported me. But really, the nitty gritty, I can't give anybody that credit. I can give my spouse that credit. I can't give my children that credit. I can't give my mom that credit, because there's some things that my mom don't know that I've experienced. And if it was not for the grace of God, if it was not for the love that he has for me, if it was not for knowing that, with him, all things are possible, and that regardless of where I am, how deep I dig myself, he is going to always be there to say, all right, Josie, you done? Let's go. And whoever out there that needs to know that, yo, you're not done. He's not finished. You may be alone. You may have felt forgotten. That relationship that you thought was going to be forever may have ended. It didn't end you. You're still living for a reason. That vision that God has given to you, it's not just there just to be there. It's there for a purpose. I do want to leave you guys with just, now I'll give you 5 tips, but I just want to leave you guys for maybe 3 tips in regards to this topic. Your love affair with God, it has to end. And you have to choose him eventually. You might as well choose him now, instead of wait until, for what? There's nothing else to wait for, honestly. You're going through shit right now, and you're trying to figure it out, and you're trying to count on people, and you're trying to call your best friend, your boyfriend, your sister, your cousin, a friend, when really you should be calling on Jesus. Because he's right there. He's just waiting for you to acknowledge him. For years, God has just been waiting for me to acknowledge him. And I'm unapologetic of who I am because of him. I'm unapologetic the person that I am, because it was by his grace that I am who I am. And I want you to know that whatever you have gone through, whatever you have been through, whatever hurt you have experienced, whatever ups and downs and trials that have broke you, that have defeated you, that has made you feel less than, you are the opposite in God's eyes. And you are a queen, you are a king, and there is a vision that he's waiting for you to tap into. But you have to make that decision to put him first, and to end your love affair with God, and just make it a real relationship. The first thing I want you guys to do is to really stop fighting him. Stop fighting that force that you know that's in your heart that's telling you, yo, I want you to do better. I want you to be better. I need you to get rid of certain things, certain habits, certain people. I want you to start thinking different. Stop fighting it. For years, you've been fighting that desire to build this, to go there, to speak to this certain person, to minister to people. Inspiration Speak Love 100. Let your story be the blessing. That's exactly what it is. It's a blessing. Stop being ashamed of, okay, you did this in the past. That's not your future. That's not where you're at right now. Let your story be a blessing. There's someone that is going through the same exact thing that you're going through. I speak to women and men all the time. And a lot of people are like, oh, Josie, why are you just like so transparent? And you just don't care what people think about you. And it's like, you know what? I don't care what people think about me now. And you know why? It's because at the end of the day, everything I went through has made me the woman that everyone loves today. And if I had changed or altered just a little bit of what I have gone through, I would be just a little bit of a different person today. And so you have to embrace that. If you cannot embrace the shit you've been through in life, you won't ever be able to get to the point of looking at yourself in the mirror and loving what God sees every day. It starts from the inside out. I can take all of this off right now, and I can still say I love myself. I couldn't do that a long time ago, because whatever that relationship wanted in me, that's who I became. If this relationship wanted me to be the dog girl, I was the dog girl. If this relationship wanted me to be fun, I was fun. If this relationship wanted me to, just be, the pretty girl with no brain, I was the pretty girl with no brain. If this friend wanted me to just like do whatever and go wherever, I was just there. And when I started realizing that I was so much more than that, that was not feeding the desire that I had inside, like that vision that was given to me, everything that I was doing in this world, I was not getting closer to it. I was getting further and further away. And I started to feel less less like a human. Like I was empty. I would really be, I really felt for years, there was a point in my life where I was just empty. And I was just working, living, and that's it. And it was like, I had no desire for myself. But God never detached from me. He never stopped giving me that vision. He never stopped showing me that, Josie, there is greatness in you. And I want you to understand that there is greatness in you. That vision of being that chef, that vision of being that doctor, that vision of, ministering to people, volunteering, speaking to someone, doing something nice for somebody. It's there for a reason. Tap into that. Because when you tap into that, you're tapping into Christ. The first thing is to stop fighting God. Stop it. He's going to be there until you give in. There's days where I would literally cry. Like I would have conversation with my sister where I'm just tired of, having this vision. I'm just tired of, having this urge that God has put in my life to love and to do and, to just be of service. And, God was like, I'm not removing that. Because that's your purpose. And you are fighting God right now on your own purpose. There's something that he has placed into your being, into your spirit, into your soul, that you are fighting because you're wondering, oh my God, where am I going to find the resources? Where am I going to find the tools? What am I going to do? How am I going to find the funds for it? And God is saying, listen, I got you. But you have to learn to let go of certain things. You have to let go of certain people. You have to let go of certain things. And once you do that, I'm going to give you everything. There's a lot of people that don't understand where I'm at in this transition in my life. And I was afraid. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this person. This person may not want to talk to me. I might not, get to hang out with this person. And God was like, I'm going to give you more than that. I'm going to bless you beyond what you think. Beyond that vision that you have that I've given to you, I'm going to bless you triple. And he has been consistent. In every relationship I've ever been, God has been consistent. You can say that as well. In everything that has occurred in your life, God has been consistent. Whether you like it or not, he has been consistent. So it's time for you to be consistent in him. Stop fighting him. 2, believe in that vision. I used to think that, oh my God, I need a team. I need this person, that person, that person. I'm going to wait for that person's schedule. I'm going to wait for that person to be available. There's people that has, collaborated with me and last minute, it was like, oh, done. And I was like, oh my God, how is this going to happen? And God was like, listen, believe in the vision. I got you. Believe in that vision. You might be broke. You might have $1. Listen, you guys think that, oh my God, Josie, you are spending mad money. And it's like, if you only knew what God is doing in my life, because I'm allowing him to show up and show out. You will be surprised. Believe in that vision and work hard daily towards your vision. The people that's not for you, it's okay. He's going to place people in your life that is for you, that will allow you to get to where you're going. There have been situations in my life where I'm like, Lord, how am I going to do that? And he has placed people in confirmation. I tell you guys all the time, he has placed people in my life to just, okay, Josie, bam, bam, bam. And it just have gone the way in which he wanted to go. And he's going to give you everything you may not know where it's going to come from. But if you stick with him, let him lead your life, you're good. So stick with that vision. Do not feel discouraged. There is going to be days where you feel like, oh my God, it's too much. I can't. You're going to feel tired. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel defeated. But stick with that vision, because he is not going to let you not reach that vision. He is not going to let that vision that he has given you go to waste. 3, allow God to show up and show out in your life. A lot of people don't understand when I say that sometimes, and it's like, oh, God's going to just like make everything great. Your day is just going to be so happy. Like, you're not going to sweat for anything. And it's like, no, when I say allow God to show up in your life, there's going to be situations that you would just react to. You would just, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go there. I'm going to say this. And when you allow God to show up, he's going to give you the way in which to react. He's going to give you the way in which to exit. He's going to give you the way in which to respond. He's going to give you the way in which to conduct yourself. And so when I say let him do what he's doing, you may not understand it. The people around you may not understand what you're doing, but believe that he is going to work it out for your good. Like, I used to think all these Bible quotes was just like, great, phrases, like, hey, you're just throwing stuff out there. But I have lived it. There's certain situations I just wanted to react. I just wanted to, some days I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. And God has fixed that. He has really changed that in my life, where it's like, you know what? Okay. God, you showed me the vision. And as long as I stick with that vision, I will be fine. So for those of you who thought my love affair was a love affair that was of this world, my dear, it wasn't, and it would never be. The love affair that I had, and I wish that I never had to put him second. I wish that I always had to put him first. The fact that I had to have an affair with Christ breaks my heart. But at the end of the day, it saved my life. And I would never hide him. I would never trade him in for anything or anyone in the world. I would never be ashamed of him, because at the end of the day, you know what you have gone through in life. You know the things that people don't know about you. And you know that at the end of the day, the one person that was there was Christ. Whether you want to shout it on the rooftop or whether you want to keep it to yourself, let that story be the blessing. And watch how it will be a blessing to someone else. My story of my affair with Christ is the story of my life. Because if I didn't keep him, if he didn't keep me, I would not be the person that I am today, and you would not be the individual that you are today. So remember that. The next time you have to conform yourself for someone, the next time someone give you an ultimatum, the next time someone say you're less than, the next time someone devalue you, remember that there's someone there that's just waiting eagerly for you to tap into him. Instead of putting him on the back burner, make him center and number one in your life, and you would never regret it. I love you, Team 100. Be great in all things, and all things be great. And remember, your love affair doesn't even exist if you make him first. Later.